Fantastic backcourt facing off tonight in this one, Smitty. Let me ask you, do you think this is a guard-centric league right now?
Kevin, it is. And no matter how tall you are and what position, pretty much 90% of the guys now can dribble, they can pass, they can shoot. We have guys that are 7-footers that we're calling guards. And so I think right now this is a guard-oriented league.
Pass to Ingles. Rocket 6. Inside. And it's George finishing. It off.
Beautiful find by Levine there. Takes his time to survey the floor.
Young outside. From deep. Drains it from beyond the arc.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Murray. Back to Hernangomez. Down low. Short. It's Clark with the rebound.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Here's Levine. Following the basket by Trae Young. And Levine, here we go. Shot's good by Hernangomez.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
From deep. Young's shot is off.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
And Brown throws it down.
Even though he's an elite scoring talent, Young finds ways to involve his teammates.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. George with the ball. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
From the moment when he sticks his foot in the ground and puts his head down, DeJounte Murray is explosive and fast. They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Now here's Levine. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. From outside the arc.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Rejected by Young. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Young. Pass to Clark. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
Now here's Murray. He's got 6. A wide open shot from Hernan Gomez. Cans it from downtown. Hernan Gomez has got 6.
Aside from the rim runners in this league, most bigs are now asked to help stretch the floor.
You got to know this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Here's Dunn. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
They kick it out to Green. The 3. No good on that one. And the Heat going the other way now. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Back to Murray. Lob pass to George.
Defensive breakdown. Murray attracts attention as a scorer, which opens up everything else.
Pass to Young. Here's Bradley. But they recover it. Now here's Brown. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Devin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Young outside. Here's the 3. Good on the triple. Young's got the lead up to 5 now for Miami. Outside, Levine. Shoots the 3. Sinks the triple. Levine's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Sometimes it's a matter of pride, answering back with a 3 of his own.
And the dunk by McLemore.
Look at the unselfishness by Prince. Doesn't have what he wants, keeps the ball moving.
Bradley. And another basket for Miami.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
And a 4-year player at Baylor, Taurean Prince, something of a surprise lottery pick back in 2016. But, Greg, he's become a very valuable player.
You know, he's one of those two-way power wings that it seems every team wants. A dependable three-point marksman who holds his own defensively.
Now Levine. Pass to Bitadze. Shoots over Bradley. Bitadze can't hit.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
The Heat making a switch here. Young taking his time here. To the middle. There's Portis. You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
Here's Prince. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Back at Baylor, Taurean Prince didn't start until his senior season, Smitty. What a surprise lottery pick that summer of 2016.
His frame, Kevin, and athleticism, he's NBA ready. And the work ethic to continue his development.
Done outside. Pass to Portis. And here is Brown. The shot from the low post is good. Brown's got 6.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
Here's Bitadze. No good with the triple. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. The Heat leading by 6. Brown outside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Speaking of Bobby Portis, he's going to fight, he's going to scrap, he's going to give you maximum effort every night.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Pass to Williams-Goss. To the inside. Prince. And that one is good. Prince has got 4 this quarter.
Taurean Prince takes the hit, maintains focus. He's a tough individual.
And they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time. Here's Williams-Goss. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of the game. It's good.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Young. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got 14 points.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Now here's Levine. Back to Williams. Here's Bitadze. Pass to Williams. Outside Levine. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's Portis. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight. And there's been the drive. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And here is Murray. Levine up top. Pass to Hernangomez. It's rebounded by Portis.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Back to Young. Fires the 3. Hernangomez grabs the miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And Brown throws it down.
And just awesome speed from Brown, blasting off towards the bucket and slamming it down.
George looking around. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. You know, Greg, at Oklahoma, the long-range shooting of Trae Young drew eyes. But it seems it's his passion that's his most NBA-ready attribute.
How about Kevin? First player in history to lead D1 college basketball in points and assists. Top 10 in the league in dimes his rookie season. Young man has a chance to be special.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Leading by 5. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand.
We saw that coming all the way. Trae Young just doing what he does best.
Pass to Hernangomez. Young with the steal. Here's Clark. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And it's a 10-point Miami lead.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
And so here's the home team. Outside, George. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. Six on the shot clock. Outside, George.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
The kick out to Brown. That's tipped. Stolen by Levine. The 3 from George. Dives for it. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Young outside. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Lets the 3 fly. Hernangomez grabs the miss. Murray with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And it's George finishing it off.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Nice shot by Portis. Well, you look at the luxury tax structure, Smitty, it's now more expensive than ever to maintain a championship contending roster.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's a choice of a lot of these organizations. Some owners want to do it, some don't. But I think if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to open up your checkbook. Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
To the paint. Here's Bradley. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And Smitty, with all that he's been through, you can't question Zach LaVine's love of the game.
You're so right. It's crazy to think LaVine wasn't even a starter in college, but he's worked so hard to improve the way he has fought back from injuries and continually dedicated himself to the game. Something to admire.
Now, here's Dunn. Pass to Bradley. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Efficiency, that's what they want to see from Chris Dunn. Good job running the pick and roll.
And Levine, here we go. There's 39 seconds left in the third. That shot is off.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
That one goes. Count it. Young's got his second bucket of the night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Back to Levine. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Johnson, a wide open look. And there's another one for the Heat.
Yes, smart choice. I really like that play.
Outside, George. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Heat. They finish off the third quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And stolen by Murray. Looking for George. He gets it there. It's good, and it's his sixth make against 11 attempts.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
To the middle, Young. In the corner, Simmons with it. Just 4 to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Zach LaVine.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And Simmons drops them both. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. They need to avoid that.
And Jonathan Simmons gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The Heat making a switch here. Now, here is George. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Portis.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Pass to Bradley. And too long on the shot. The drive by Green. Good in the assist. Goes to Murray.
Draymond's so good at just putting his head down and charging his way inside. The defense wanting no part of his big body there.
And DeJounte. Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Now here's LaVine. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to George. And stolen by Portis. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Looking for Young. He gets it there.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And here's George for three. The rebound by Young.
Trying to shoot himself out of his slump, and it's not going well.
I love the attitude of Brown. If he sees a fast break opportunity, he's seizing it without a second's hesitation.
Now, here's George. To the inside. Shot's good by Hernangomez.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Timeout called, the Heat. They lead by 13. A minute 50 left in the game. Now, here is Young. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
The charisma, the superhuman workload. Trae Young is built for stardom.
Outside, George. Pass to Green. Back to George. It's Clark with the rebound.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Miami.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Trae Young.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Down low, here's Green. It's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Young outside. At the top of the key, Ingles. Had the space there, but it's offline. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Outside, George. Back to Hernangomez. 4 on the clock. Here's Green. They get it again. Shot's good by Hernangomez.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
Substitution for Miami. Tony Bradley.
And so Miami takes this one by a